In sheer darkness and across the home of the Petit Le Mans here this evening, we will ride through the little dim lights of Road America to try and crown an early challenger to the championship this season. Welcome in to MotorMouth Broadcasting here this evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the High Point Racing IMSA Championship. We are back for another season as the GTPs, LMP2s, the GTD Pros, and the GTD Pro-Ams will do battle across the home of the Petit Le Mans here this evening around what I like to call the pork chop circuit of Road Atlanta. Hamish Munro here with you alongside Jim Cunningham once again. It's one of the homes of sports car racing, Jim, in the US. You've driven past this circuit personally. I've still about, 18,000 kilometers away. You can do the calculations of how many miles that is off air, but it's a wonderful circuit. It's home to multiple racing series across the land of the US, including IMSA as well as the Michelin Pilot Challenge. Even Formula Drift come here as well and use the last sector to get themselves through the scoring process. But Jim, we're back for another season. And we're back in to see who can claim the title for the GTPs, the LMP2s, and not just the GTDs this season, but the GTD Pros and the GTD Pro-Ams as well. It's a whole new season. It's a slightly different ball game. We'll see who can get a home run or possibly get caught out in the outfield.
Yeah, I think it's good to be back with you here again this season, and it's good to be back with the High Point IMSA championship. This is a fun season, and we've got a couple of special guests that have moved over and racing in this series this year from some other leagues that we cover, and apparently one of them is Nathan Biggert, and apparently he's fast in everything he drives.
Apparently that man is just a rocket ship no matter what he's in. So we'll see if he's going to be more like Buzz Aldrin or if he's going to be like a SpaceX launch at Sebring. Time will tell for sure.
But yeah, I have. And by the way, that to me looks like a cowboy steak, being from Texas, not a pork chop.
Oh yeah, no, I could see a T-bone as well. Yeah, I can see that for sure.
Big cowboy steak. So, but yeah, it's good to be back.
We
and
both just enjoy food. That's the crux of the.
We do indeed. So we got 1 minute of qualifying left. So
yeah, quali is coming down to the absolute wire for those GTPs at the moment. Nathan Biggert is on provisional pole. Kane Crawford and Tim Keane are challenging him for that at the moment. They're all going to probably get about one more lap in here in qualifying, depending on when they cross the start-finish line. Tim Keane has got a couple of green sectors, but he'll probably need a purple to try and challenge the pole position as he comes down towards 10A and 10B. And he's just blinking on his way through, actually, so hopefully his internet holds up throughout this portion of the race. And as he rockets up towards the start-finish line, where is Keane going to end up here this evening? I think he's going to remain. Oh, he's gone better, but he's remained in P3 across that lap there. So Keane has not got any better. He'll have to start from the second row.
That was a nice exit. So let's see who else we got out there that's got a shot. I guess Culloden is still out there. He's capable of qualifying up on the front.
He is capable, but I don't know if the lap's looking like he's going to be able to challenge it at the moment. We've just ticked over the half an hour mark, so this is definitely the final lap in qualifying for Ken. And as he runs up towards the back straight, it's still a yellow sector in the second, so it's not looking like a challenger for pole position at the moment for Kenneth Culloden.
I don't see either one of these guys out on track qualifying, moving up too much here. Jason Blaine's got yellow sectors popping up as well.
Kenneth, with 3 oranges, it's not going to happen. He needs to find a second to get past Tim Keane. There's no way he's going to go a second faster.
He just pitted
in the last sector. He's pulled in the pit lane, yeah. So he's given up on that lap there, that time round. The only other car on track at the moment is Jason Blaine in the LMP2 class. And he's recently done a 112.78. He rockets around the final corner
Good
Can he
looking
go
car.
any better across that lap? It's a good looking car. He can't quite get there, though, unfortunately for Jason, so he pulls it up. And that's it for qualifying. So Nathan Biggett claims the first pole position of the season for the GTP class. Daniel Nance goes pole for the LMP2s. Daniel Pino, well, he's going to continue his dominance from last season, takes the pole for the pro class. Tashawn Green has been classified as a pro-am, and he's going to be starting pole position for those guys as well. The only car really outside of order is Jason LePan, who's down amongst the GT. Oh, that's my fault, actually. I misclassified him. We had this conversation pre-race as well, Jim, about what class he needs to be in, and I still didn't classify him properly on my end. So we'll get that sorted for
so we got a warm-up session here, so that's a little different than our structure was last season. We're going to do a 5-minute warm-up. Actually, I don't know if they clarified how long it was, but
they said it was 5 minutes.
Okay.
So
well,
we've got the extra 5 minutes right now. Cars will be out there just to get themselves prepared. Trevor Thomas is heading out on track at the moment, as is Jared McKee, Liam Habul, Kenneth Clodden, Daniel Nance, Luca Tosi as well, and Jason LePan's just headed out there too. The only 2 Aston Martins on track, Jim, ironically, Jason LePan and Daniel Pino. So Pino has gone for the new Aston Martin.
Well, you weren't here for the final race of the season. He raced it at the season finale here at Road Atlanta for last season, and he did not do too well. He had just jumped in at that day, so it's kind of to be expected, right? But he spun it 2 or 3 times. It was very tail happy on him, but I'm sure he's got it dialed in now. You know, Daniel's one of those guys that could jump in anything and go fast. So
you say that, he has just put it in the wall. And I think back to, not the last time obviously he was here, because that was the final round, but the time before in the High Point Racing GT Challenge, where himself and Nathan Biggett made contact at turn 12, and they both ended up in the wall coming onto the main straight. That was the battle for the race lead that day.
So let's do this here. Let's take a lap around with Kenneth Culloden here at Road Atlanta.
Yeah. So I think the major points we need to note, obviously, is up here at turn 3. That's going to be a real bottleneck section early on in the race. For the multi-class sort of features here, we see here trying to traverse through the traffic, the LMP2's GTP is going to have patience down towards turn 5. Turn 5 right here is going to be cautious as well. We could see cars losing the rear end, ending up in the wall on the left-hand side. This is probably your next best overtaking zone, though, through turn 6. And if you can set it up, you can do it at turn 7 as well. But the best opportunity is at the end of this back straight, Jim, down at turn 10A and 10B, down the inside. You can defend quite easily, but it is a really good spot to get a move done down the inside. But as I said, we'll often see drivers going too wide through there. It can sometimes end up a little bit hairy. Other times it can come off quite bald. So braking zone, it's turn 10. And you just trying to get the car pulled up one of the toughest spots on the track. Run it up as wide as possible underneath the Fox Factory bridge, and then down through 11 and through turn 12, where I mentioned before we had that incident with Daniel Pino and Nathan Biggett side by side back in the GT Challenge last season, and Culloden's just crossed the line and finished out his lap. So it's it's a short circuit, it's a fast circuit, Jim. Between turns 3 and turn 5 is the hardest spot to get through the traffic, and then I would argue through turn 10 up to turn 12 is the second hardest section. Everywhere else you can reasonably get past quite easily. It's not too egregious and too difficult to do.
No, I agree with you. So I was sorry, I got distracted. I was trying to pull up. So for any of the drivers watching this, going into the season, when you watch the replay of this, we are going to have the webcams up this season. If you have any questions about that, ask it in Discord, and we'll be happy to answer them and how you get them set up. And I pulled up Drew's here, but apparently it's his camera is not on. It showed me that it was on, but so get your camera set up and let us take a peek at what you're doing this season. We'll have them up every race, and so that's usually a lot of fun. We certainly have had our fair share of fun with them along the way.
We have indeed. Shout out to Bill Nye, the science guy himself,
yes.
Cole Malley.
Yes, indeed. I talked to Cole today. He messaged me earlier today.
had a good amount of fun with them last season. So
great.
the good thing about the warm up is you can kind of get used to having the traffic around you, because this is now, at least for the first sort of 10 to 20 minutes of the race, this is going to be the only time that all three classes are going to be really mixed in together.
Yeah.
It's going to take them a good 10 minutes with the GTPs to catch up to the GTD cars, and then for the LMP2 to catch GTDs, it takes about 15 to 20 minutes. So they're not really going to be mixed up like, seasoning on top of a steak. It's going to take them a little while before they're all traversing together, and then that's when the pain of the multi-classes comes together. Drivers trying to traverse and avoid incidents with the other classes on track, specifically the slower classes.
Did you say seasoning on a steak? I'm sorry.
I did. That was deliberate. It was a deliberate callback to mentioning. Yeah.
All right.
We like to salt and pepper our steaks here, Jim.
Yes.
It's the right way.
I'm from Texas. You believe me? That's what we do. Salt and pepper. That's what you do here.
Aiden Kiley is also out in chat as well. So is Cole. So great to have you guys watching along with us. We love having you guys out there. Get into the chat. Get chatting with us. Keep us, keep us intertwined with however you're thinking, whatever you're watching. Your opinions as well of what you see on track too. We're happy to hear opinions of what happens. We give our opinions, but it's good to hear the opinions of the chat too, so we can all come together and say, hey, did this person make a mistake? Did this person not make a mistake? Or is this just fantastic racing? Which it's often been in this series, hasn't it, Jim? It's been absolutely phenomenal throughout the first season, and now this season, well, at least the first season we got to call, and now this season, it looks to be even hotter than usual as we start out tonight at Road Atlanta. There you see the pole man, Nathan Biggett, on board the old Cadillac, as he sits on the front row alongside the Porsche of Kane Crawford. Now, I have to ask Jim, actually, because I didn't get a chance to check it out as they're going to set up for the rolling start. Was it a Porsche win in every single round last season, or did someone else win in Road Atlanta last season?
No, it was Porsche.
Okay, so Nathan Biggett is going to be flying the flag to try and stop the dominance of Porsche coming into this season. Now, as a Porsche fan, I appreciate that, but it's he's going to be flying the flag for them. The starting grid for tonight's race, though, will be as follows. Nathan Biggett will start pole position alongside Kane Crawford in that GTP class. Tim Keane, Kenneth Glodden on the second row, Mike Nitti Jr. and Aaron Lewis on the third. Carlos Ruiz, Wig Santiago will start ahead of Faraz Ibrahim and Richard Newman for the top 10. It'll then be David Dumont at the back end of the GTP class. He'll start alongside the pole position for the LMP2's Daniel Nance, who starts ahead of Javier Lopez and Nicholas Bayman on the second row, with Jason Blaine, Michael Smith ahead of Edward Delano and John Esparta for the end of the LMP2s. For the GTDs, we're going to go pro. Actually, I think you might have misclassified Avery Hart, Jim. I think he's actually a pro. Daniel Pino to Avery Hart, Jacob Gruber, Christian Ruiz, Brandon Smith to Sean Green as well. Christian's also a pro. Then we get back to the 16th row. 16th row? No, it's the 13th row of the grid. Behind them, we have Brandon Smith and Sean Green together, Lucia Tosi, Donald Powell, Jared McKee, Tyler Hammond, Jason LePen, ahead of Liam Hubble, John Reinrich, Zach Glidden, Drew Halloran, Trevor Thomas, and Sean Connors. Wig Santiago is back in pit lane. He's not made the start of the race. Chase Eisenberg, Alex Velasco have also not made the start either. So it looks to be 35 cars starting. I think Wig is starting from pit lane. 34 will start on the road here this evening. So as we set ourselves up, also Sean Connors is a Pro-Am, Jim. So that's one for us.
I'm working on that.
As well. Very good. So we'll get that all sorted for everyone as the grid flies away.
So real quick, Kane Crawford. Remember the guy that came in last season and never did an interview but won a couple of races and was really super crazy fast? Yes. That's him. That's his real name. Kane Crawford. Okay. I don't remember what name he was racing under because I'm old, but but that is him. Kane Crawford is that guy, and so that is his real name. And we all know he was crazy fast last year. So we've got 3 rockets up at the front of this field.
Absolute rocket ships at the front. We'll see, though, who's able to stick the landing here tonight as the lights go up and Road Atlanta lights up with IMSA action once again as Nathan Biggett will lead us down towards turn 2. We'll cut across to the double view in a moment for the LMP2 start as they come up towards turn 12. Biggett has rocketed on the road already, but Crawford's gone with him. Keen's up there too. Culloden fighting away. They've got it into their line of stern at the moment, and they've settled in. Nans has started well for the LMP2 class, already getting 1.5 seconds over Javier Lopez in towards turn 1. And then back to the GTDs. Avery Hart has taken the lead as Daniel Pino has already dropped down to P22 in class. Unsure how that's happened off the race start, but not the start that he would have wanted on board that Aston Martin.
Wow, yeah, that is definitely not a good start to his Aston Martin career, is it? We'll have to figure out here in a minute what happened. I'll let you stay back there for a while. I'll stay up here in the front, and then we'll look for a replay on that maybe. Biggett and Kane are getting after it up here in the front, man.
Oh, yeah, they're having a tight-knit battle for the race lead. As through comes Crawford, gives a little knock out of the way to Tim Keen. The Biggett now back into P3 as well, so they're getting door-to-door already. Crawford needs to be careful. He only gets a few moves down the straight, otherwise it could be considered blocking in towards turn 1. So they've got to be cautious and they've got to be careful as we ride on board with Keen on board the Bramos. Keen Racing entry. Of course, got that Delta Wing livery this season. As we ride with him inside the driver's cam on board the helmet of Keen. The ever so dominant defending champion, now with the number 6 on that car. Could it be an omen? Could it be a number 6 for how many wins he wants to take across this season? He'd love to win at least half of the races this season on board that Porsche. But Biggett has been knocked out here. Ruiz battling away with Avery Hart as well in the GTD class. Hart still leading the way. There's been an off track for Trevor Thomas back there on the double screen, so there's action aplenty all around the circuit. LMP2s have spread out just a touch, but it's close amongst the GTDs and the GTPs at the front of the field.
Yeah, we're on board here with riding with Carlos Ruiz, and we're he's right behind Aaron Lewis is right behind him. This is a good little battle here too.
I'm just trying to find how Daniel Pino lost the lead of the race. I've just clicked back here just to see. He's already ended up actually back in the train. So it looks like when they actually started, when the green flag was thrown, all the other cars went past him. And he's been buried whilst there's been a couple of spinners amongst it as well. My thought process to that would be, Jim.
I wonder if...
Now, I'm unsure if this is in the rules or not, but I know in regular racing, at least for the multi-class, there's no passing until the control line, even when the green flag is flown. So I don't know why some of those GT cars have come past him.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. I wonder if he had some kind of end-of-the-line penalty or something from last season that carried over or something.
Yeah, I'm unsure. Owen Newman's also been in pit lane, so I believe he may have been involved in an incident. We had that called out from Cole Maley in the chat. Thanks for letting us know, Cole. We'll just have a quick look here. So here was how Owen went off track further back in the field. So it's down towards turn 10. Is he just... Oh, that's a big balls dive on lap 2. That's probably a little bit too early to try and go for that, but we live and we learn. He gets back on circuit fairly quickly.
Sean Green had an incident as well, if you want to maybe take a look at that replay.
We'll try and find that. Newman had another off track a bit later on too. It's the same corner, so it looks to be the same move, and he's just not able to get it pulled up, it seems. Although that time by he did, and he got it through, but...
Whoa!
That's a massive, massive tank slapper into turn 10.
Ooh,
that's how he ended up off track.
Yeah, that one caught at the wrong time.
It did, and then this was to Sean Green. So actually, he was knocked off circuit by one of the LMP2s. So that was how to Sean went off track.
Is this right? Daniel Pino's back up to 3rd place already?
Yeah, he is. He only dropped down to about 6th.
Oh, so okay. All right.
He's actually 5th place at the moment. That's because Avery Hart needs to be reclassified. So does Christian Ruiz. They're both pro cars. So that will change that order.
Yep.
In a moment when they're fixed up.
Yep. I'm gonna let you follow this battle. I'm gonna go back up here to the front and focus on Carlos Ruiz and Aaron Lewis, and I'm gonna see if I can get those couple of things straightened out real quick.
Okay. Aiden pointing out that the following classes go green in HBR. Well, that's fair enough. If they go green prior to the control line, that's that's the rules, and sometimes you got to be prepared for that on the race start in the GT cars. To answer the question, why no MotorMouth for GT Challenge? It's not really a question for us. It's a question for the powers that be, Jim, I suppose.
Indeed,
that's where the answers will come from.
Yeah,
so,
I would say ask the league officials. They'll let you know they decided to go a different direction there, and we miss it. We love those guys, and we love that series a lot. So it certainly wasn't by our choice. Thanks for asking, though. We miss you.
Yeah, thank you for asking. Liam Habul has had to tow back to pit lane as well. He's been off the circuit on board that Sun Energy GTD Mustang, Mercedes. So this was how it happened down at turn 1. So he's being assaulted by multi-class of the GTPs. He just turns in right on that Cadillac there. It's a little bit of poor spatial awareness just into turn 1. He'll get better with that as the season goes on, I'm sure. If you recall back to last season, he drove the GTP car. He's now in the GT. So he'll learn a bit more spatial awareness throughout the season. He'll get better with that, I'm sure. So I don't think it'll be a constant issue for him. We do apologise that it's saying Avery Hart's leading the primes. He's not. He's leading the pros at the moment.
Yeah, I'm working on that.
Well. We're getting that all sorted for everyone out there. The real leader of the Pro-Ams is John Weinrich in the 989 car out there. So he is the corrected leader at that. So once we get that sorted for you, that'll fix up on the tower as well.
Who else? Who is that? I'm sorry. Give me that one.
So Avery Hart, Christian
I got that.
Ruiz.
Got that.
And then did you fix Sean Connors into the Pro-Am class out of the pros?
I did not, no.
Okay. I believe they are the only 3.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, I got it. I'll get that right here. As soon as I find him.
That's all good. That is all good. So lap 7, we're 7 minutes into this race. So by my calculations, we should probably go around about 60 laps, Jim. Is correct.
Nobody told me they'd be reading.
They'd be reading.
Yeah, or math. I didn't know there was going to be math either.
Well, actually, to be a bit less than that, because their average laps are around about a minute 10, maybe a minute 11 for the race leaders. So we could maybe argue, 55 laps or so.
I'm going to let you figure it out. Let's go back here to full screen for a little bit. We'll see what action.
The action happening up here with the. We've got a nice close battle at the moment with the LMP2s as well. Daniel Nance is battling away with Javier Lopez for the race lead back there.
Yeah,
That's a top battle for LMP2s. We know those guys had some great battles last season. Tried to showcase as much as we could, but there's so much action on track.
In your side screen, keep your eye on that Crawford Keene battle up front. If that heats up, let me know, and we'll pull the picture-in-picture back up and take a look at that.
I do know as well, so Wig Santiago, Owen Newman, to give those an update on where they are. They're trying to fight their way back through the field after they've been through pit lane. Keane is still blinking, by the way, in P2, so hopefully that internet sorts itself out. New fastest lap of the race for him, a 109.45. Only the second driver to get into the 9s this race. Crawford previously did a 9.75. Oh, no, don't go 3-1 into turn 1, please. That was smart.
I think
just back out
Carlos,
of the last moment.
I think Ruiz got caught up in some traffic there because Aaron Lewis closed on him fast.
Yeah, he closed up about as fast as a blockade on the LA freeway. It was incredibly quick when he caught up to the back of him.
Yeah, I jumped away from
great battles all throughout.
I'll go back to the LMP2 battle, but I couldn't miss that as fast as he was closing on Carlos. I had to go see what was happening. Daniel Pino dropping back
now. Yeah, he's dropping a little bit of pace at the moment. Let me check in on him. Where is he? Well, he's just settling in. Maybe he's going for a bit of a fuel save at this point.
Yeah,
Jim.
maybe. Yeah, he's known for that, so that's not impossible for him at all. Ooh, more traffic. This can sure mess you up here.
It can mess up your rhythm. It can mess up your flow.
Lopez has gotten by him, though, so.
He has.
Yeah. Let's get one more look at that pass real quick.
Let's have a look here. How's this?
That's my famous slow motion replay starts.
You know what? I like it. I like just cutting in on the slow mo for a second and then we cut to full speed.
That's good because I do it every single race.
Nice
3 wide with traffic.
Oh, and that's how he got it done up the inside. So
he did.
maybe a mistake there from Nance to go on the outside line, and then that's just allowed Lopez just to sneak up by him.
I mean, I wouldn't call that as much of a mistake as it was probably he was just more cautious earlier in the race, and Lopez was God, that was a big bump right there. Lopez was willing to send it because Nance ain't playing now though. He's
also just to point out as well, Jim. Sorry. Trevor Thomas and Edward Delano, I believe, have been involved in an incident too. I've got it loaded up here for us to have a look at it as well.
Let's do it.
Delano has actually moved on to the LMP2 class this season. So this is what's happened with Ed down towards turn 5. So he's coming up on the GT traffic. And as they come through turn 5, Thomas has got loose. Delano's got nowhere to go. And both of them have been involved in that. It's heavy damage on board the 666 car of Delano, who's now at the back pit lane. So that'll put him a lap down on the field, and I think he's actually still waiting for that tow to complete as well. So
why don't you
a heavy incident for him.
Yeah, he's got a meatball, so that's bad news for him. Why don't you jump back there and focus on that Pino Christian Ruiz there?
That's what we're on right now. Jim. I have got this locked into my brain, ready to keep an eye on Daniel Pino. And it's just starting to spread as they've got the traffic just holsting them a little bit here. He's about 1.2 seconds behind Gruber, and he's about 1.2 seconds ahead of Ruiz. So it's a nice little sandwich that they're currently sat in for the faster classes to get past them.
Javier Lopez just opened it up, man. Once he got by Nans, and that traffic, he's over 2 seconds ahead now. They just passed.
He found some top-level pace. There's a battle as well for the GTD Pro-Am Field 2. John Weinreich is battling away with Sean Green back here. So they're running through turn 7 at the moment. Oh, runners it wide. Does Weinreich, that gives Green the move. Gets done up the inside and into the first spot on the road for the Pro-Ams. Change for the lead with Green now leading this train. Watch for Weinreich, though, to come back at him down at turn 10 under brakes. But the tyres might be a little bit warm after running it slightly too wide. Out the exit of turn 7, has to back out of it for the moment. He'll resettle, Jim, and he'll get prepped to go for it again.
There's some other battles going on a little further back there in the GTDs. I dropped back there to see what's happening back here. We got Drew Halloran and Sean Connors back here. They were all over each other with Jason LePan is right there. That's a heated battle back there.
Fantastic battling.
What's funny is you're right that on our screen the Aston Martins don't show an Aston Martin logo, but on they show it on
the tower.
Yeah, how cool is that? At least it shows up there. Sorry, guys, I got distracted. Squirrel.
It's just nerd shit. It's fine.
It is nerd shit. That's exactly right.
Owen Newman has been struggling with off tracks this race. He's just had a minor little traverse previously as well. Lewis has also struggled with that as well. So I'd say just running a little bit wide, maybe at turn 5 or turn 10. Not looking too horrible for them at the moment. Here's Tim Keane, defending champion in P2. He's about 1.2 seconds, behind Kane Crawford. He's got 3.1 seconds over Nathan Biggett. And then it is a world of 15.2 seconds back to Kenneth Clodden in P4. So that says to me, Jim, there's going to be 3 cars in the battle this season. It's going to be Keane, Biggett, and Crawford battling away for the race lead. But we could see Aaron Lewis fighting up the front as well on his week if he's got some pace in him.
Yeah, I mean, I think Culloden has his tracks, that he that he excels at a little bit, and certainly we know Aaron Lewis has the pace from track, depending on the track. So I think, I mean, but clearly there's 3 thoroughbreds up there. But look, we're blessed to have those 3 guys in the. That was a big slide for Kane.
That was a real big slide.
Big slide for Kane, and Keane is all. Oh no! Did he spin him?
Goes Crawford.
Oh, I'm sure he spun him too.
We'll get the replay up for everyone out there as Crawford licks his wounds. This is the moment on that second screen. So as Crawford comes up towards turn 5, Tim Keene's hot on his heels. And as they run through there, he just gave him the slightest knock as they ran through the corner.
Go on board with him.
Yeah, I'm on board with Tim. So we'll see if we can pick this move off a little bit better. So let's watch this back. So on board with Keane. So as he comes down the hill and gets onto the back of Crawford's car, let's watch for it right here. This is where it happens. So he's got just a little bit too much pace through this corner. They go side by side, or not side by side, but front to back, into the contact with him. So
Did
I think
he hit his
Crawford
brakes?
just slowed up. I think he did. I think Crawford slowed up slightly for turn 5. Keane wasn't prepared for it, and then contact was made, and then that's how they both ended up off the road. So
wow.
I think Keane just probably wasn't prepared for Crawford to slow up right then and there.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like he tapped his brakes. It looked like I saw his brake lights light up, but it was too late at that point.
Yeah, I think it was just a little dab from Crawford, but Keane had nowhere to go. I mean, there's not much more we could put. I don't know if there's much more blame we could put on Keane. He was right behind Crawford. Crawford dabs the brakes, and he wasn't prepped for it. So that's about all we can say about it at this stage. So it does mean, though, that Crawford now has a meatball flag, so he'll have to get that car fixed up. It'll very likely take him a bit further back in the field tonight, and we're roughly 16 minutes into this race, Jim. So he'll need another pit stop for sure to get home.
Oh yeah, definitely. Way too early for that. Yeah.
I think this will take him out of contention at this stage, because he's going to have to traverse back through pit lane. He's going to go probably a lap down on the leaders. I think that's probably race over for Kane Crawford in terms of attempting a win here this evening, outside of shenanigans, of course.
Yeah.
So Tim Keane now leads 0.6 of a second over Nathan Biggett in P2. That's currently our closest battle on track. The other close battle is between Deshaun Green and Brandon Smith. Inter-class battle amongst the GTDs. Avery Hart has also got Jakob Gruber in P2 by 0.8 of a second as well, as Donald Powell has gone off the road up at turn 3. So Powell has just dropped a couple of spots up there.
Hey, Biggett is all over Keane up here.
Oh yeah.
This is
the moment with Powell. He had Delano on his inside, and Delano unfortunately just dumped him through that corner, and Powell had nowhere to go.
Yeah, I'm going to have to say that is probably Delano's inexperience in the LMP2 car.
Probably inexperience as well of actually being the faster class. He's used to being in the slower faster car.
Right. And so
we look at last season.
Yep.
He was in the GT4 in the GT Challenge, and in the IMSA series he was in the GTD class. So he's always been in the slowest class. So probably a bit of inexperience being in the faster class over another car type. So
I think that's absolutely the case.
As time goes on.
I think so. He's fresh in there, and probably had a hard time judging the closing distance. I mean that's
best advice I could give to Ed or anyone out there who's fresh into being in a faster class in another car. Patience will be your best friend. honestly, and I mean that in the best way possible. Just sometimes it's better to wait a corner than to go for it straight away. I know it's hard. You feel the pressure from cars behind you. You want to try and get the move done as soon as possible, but patience will help you. It will save you in the end. It'll save you being off track, and it'll save you some damage as well. It wasn't Ed's fault earlier at turn 5. He had nowhere to go. That one there, though, unfortunately, I think we need to put the onus on Ed, because that's just from a bit of an experience.
Yeah. So looks like Brandon Smith might have had a little incident. Let's see here. Let's see. This is looks like maybe a combination of things. Let's see what happened here. Driving that good-looking car right there, that Mobile One livery. That's a nice-looking car. Oh, yeah.
Oh, big tank slapper.
And then I hit the edge of the tire barrier, too, and just tore that. Look at it crabbing.
Oh my God.
Cow. Tore that car up.
The whole rear.
Knocked it over.
Of the car there, both the swing arms and the suspension completely destroyed by that wall. The car has been absolutely crunched. So let's see if we can get this on slow-mo, Jim, as soon as he goes around, because that'd be a really cool shot, actually.
I'm really not.
So, of course, the brand new BMW Evo, all you had to do was click on quarter speed. That would have actually given it to you, Jim.
It doesn't do that on mine.
Oh, well.
No.
That's interesting. So the brand new Evo has gone, oh, my God.
Yeah,
that was like getting bodied into a barrier in an ice hockey game. That was like you just got elbowed straight into the window. I mean, he
Right.
slid that rear around and
what
bang,
ice
straight
hockey
in.
team would that be, sir?
Any ice hockey team.
Okay.
If I think about which ice hockey team probably has fought the most across history, it'd be the Flyers from Philadelphia. So
Yeah. I was
most notably during the
giving you
60s,
your
of course.
chance to give your Canadian love out there.
The Oilers don't fight, Jim. Come on. We also don't win cups, apparently, as well. So, maybe there's a
There's
correlation
that.
between the two.
You said it, I didn't. Yeah, let's bring your camera back up. We got a couple of battles going on here. We
got some good battles happening here. We got Gruber as we ride on board with him. He's in behind Pino, who's now back up to P2 on the road. There's also been a black flag applied to Edward Delano as well, Jim. So I'd argue that'll either have to do with incident points or it'll have to do with the incident that was up at up at turn 3.
I don't think there's live race control, so I would have to say that's going to be an iRacing issued black flag. So more than likely that is incident points. But I have to say it's really early in the race to be at incident points already.
Well, he's had 11 off tracks, and we take into consideration he's had 2 contacts with cars. That's another 8.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up, doesn't it? That does.
It does, yeah. So, yeah, that's a real shame there for Ed. So, Gruber battling away here with Daniel Pino. This is all for P2 on the road of the GTDs as the GTP cars battle away as well. David Dumont on the back of Fariz Ibrahim as well as they battle for position. Good to see David back in the GTP class. Hopefully a good opportunity for him to get a bit more comfortable in it as we ride as well with the CrowdStrike entry of Daniel Nans. There's been an off-track actually for David Dumont. I put the moz on him, Jim. I gave him too much praise, and unfortunately he's gone off 7, so that's a shame there for David.
To be fair, we offered some advice last season, and it apparently fell on deaf ears.
Yeah, we did say maybe go to the LMP2 class, but that's David's choice.
No, it's certainly his choice. I mean, of course it is. I think that if he would have dropped back to the LMP2 class, that he would have been seriously competitive. And
I think he would have been for sure.
Yeah, and I think that this gets a whole lot more fun when you're battling for podiums in class.
Honestly, I would argue, Jim, the LMP2 out of the 3 classes we have, the LMP2 is the easiest car to drive.
No, I like the LMP2 a lot because I'm really good at braking, so I don't need ABS. But I disagree with that. The GT3 with all the driver aids it's got is easy. I mean, you can stomp the brakes in those things like it's just insane.
I think the GTD is easy depending on your setup. If you don't have a setup you're comfortable with, the GTD can be very difficult. You can drive the LMP2 with pretty much any setup on it, and it's relatively.
I mean, I do like the LMP2. But again, I am
an LMP3 absolute massive fan of the LMP3, so maybe I have bias towards the LMP2. I don't know, but that's just me personally. 23 though and a half minutes into this race, we've spread a little bit across the field, but there's still been some great battles happening. So David Dumont is in to fix that car up. Owen Newman is in with a meatball flag as well.
Who's got this slowdown?
That's a struggle for him.
Is that Nans?
Daniel Nans has copped the slowdown with the CrowdStrike entry.
That's not going to help.
Nans is... No, it's not. He'll have to get that cleared, otherwise he's going to get a black flag. He's cleared it. Tim Keen's also now got one as well.
Got one.
And as the battle continues on here, Gruber has just gotten past Daniel Pino for P2 in the pro class.
Biggert
so this battle is on.
Biggert just passed Keen for the lead.
Well, that would be because Keen had his slowdown as well, so
maybe.
That definitely didn't help him.
Let's see what happened.
This was down towards turn 1. So as he came through,
it's at half speed.
Yeah. Let's say they're going very slow through there, Jim. Are we under safety car or what?
We are. Yellow
so they
flag.
come up towards turn 3, and then so Biggert just placed. So Biggert there just did the Ayrton Senna move, put the car in a spot where the car's going to crash into you if they turn in, or they have to avoid you and go off track. So Biggert's put his car in an absolute. I mean, fair play. It's a smart move.
Yeah,
absolute grub move from Biggert. Like that there is some real conniving, driving. But fair play to Biggert. He had the cojones to go for it, and so you have to give him a round of applause to at least attempt it there.
So
fair play.
The last time we saw Bigot here, you remember what happened?
I did mention it was down at turn 12. He went side by side with Pino.
Yes, he did.
And they ended up in the wall.
Yeah, sure did. He, because I was thinking, because he didn't, he wasn't racing in this series last year, and this series closed out here. But yeah, when he in the GT Challenge, he and Pino went side by side. What?
When we head back to live as well, Jim.
Oh yeah,
we'll see. There is a closing battle with Pino and Gruber, which I've got on the small screen at the moment. For the P2 in the GTD Pro class. That thing is very, very tight. Ruiz and Tosi are in out of the GTDs. Ruiz is actually coming with a black flag, so that's going to be a stop hold for him, I would say, or he's sped into pit lane, and that black flag's been applied ever since coming through.
Nicholas Beeman.
It's a safety car, Jim. There is a safety car on track.
Incident
Yellow
limits.
flag has been thrown.
So this is controlled by incident limits. So it did not necessarily have to be a huge incident at this point that caused it, although there is a black flag out there. But yes, it's based on safety points. I mean, on incident points. So yes, we do have this is going to be a great time for everybody to knock out their pit stop. The question is, can everybody can make it from here, right?
Ruiz is in. So Carlos Ruiz has come into pit lane. Bigot has stayed out.
Christian Ruiz and Tosi should end up at the front of the field, in front of their class.
No, Tosi will. Ruiz won't. He has a stop hold penalty because he sped into pit lane. So he's had to commit to his stop hold. Damon had one in the LMP2s as well. He's still got his black flag, actually, so he'll have to commit to that. Ruiz has given up a lot of time to Tosi.
I think Christian Ruiz is still going to get out ahead of the pace car. Did he?
No, I don't know if he did or not. He would have. He's only just exited now. But the problem now for those GTDs is they're stuck behind the pace car whilst Tosi and Ruiz are chasing them down.
Right.
They'll come in to do the pit stop. These guys will just sneak on past them.
Right.
The important thing is Hart, Gruber, and Pino will still be tucked up behind them. So they're not going to lose very much.
Right.
They're literally going to be on the back of them. So it's not going to be atrocious in terms of the loss of time as Aaron Lewis comes into pit lane.
But it sure is a nice switch around there for him.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So what's actually going to happen now is, the GTPs will come in. Tosi and Ruiz are actually going to be past every single class of car. They're going to be past everyone, except for Carlos Ruiz, who's already taken his stop. The same for David Dumont, who came in on lap 18. He should actually be safe now to get home. Santiago will need to pit. He pitted on lap 1.
So when this is all said and done,
turns out.
So when this is all said and done, Carlos is going to be the leader?
Lead the race. Yeah, Carlos will lead the race. How long he'll lead the race for, I don't know, because we know what sort of pace Bigot Keen have been showing in this one thus far. But Carlos will lead the way once they come through pit lane. I believe Faraz Ibrahim he's still out there. We'll see if he comes into pit lane. You'd assume he will.
Yeah, you think so.
And Aaron Lewis has dropped out, by the way. So Aaron Lewis is about to drop spots. Faraz is in. So where is Carlos? There's Carlos there. So he's about to take the race lead. And he'll tuck up behind those GTD cars. So this is now the issue with those cars coming in prior to the safety car actually being out there. Is now the field is actually significantly it's significantly, I'm trying to think what the word is, Jim.
I don't know. You're Australian. I'm not sure what word you're planning on using.
I can't think of the word right now. It's where the field gets completely not separated, but everyone's just all over the place at this point. They're not all in their separate classes, but they should be.
Right. Oh yeah. Intermingled amongst each other, and
they've been intermingled. It's been thrown all over the place right now. So Ruiz is the corrected race leader. Technically, because he is the race leader, he actually needs to be past the GTD cars.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting to see how this sorts out. Yeah, it might take him another lap.
The GTPs are allowed to pass them because the problem is they're not at the pace car.
Right.
the pace cars kept going, and these guys are nowhere near them at the moment. So this is the issue we've got. Ruiz should be at the front of the field. He shouldn't be behind these GT cars, which actually they're going to pull over and let everyone pass. So
yeah, well, he's right there. So
Gruber, Pino, and Hart have actually remained in the race lead, by the way, of the GT class. So Tosi and Christian Ruiz have not actually come into the race lead through all this. It is incredibly scrambled for the whole field, and we'll only get a real showing of where they actually all sit when they get restarted. It is completely shuffled on its head. Bigot is still in P2. Keen's in P3 now.
Well, tell you what, let's do this while they're sorting this out, because it's going to be a hot mess for a minute while they're figuring it all out. Let's talk about one of this season's sponsors, Monster Designs. It's a livery design company that came on board as a sponsor this year. They've been doing the liveries for the High Point endurance teams, which I think there's oh my god, what did he tell me, seven teams, maybe a lot more than that now, I don't know, there's a bunch of them. And also I know they've done a lot of individual cars, like Carlos's car and Daniel's, I think, and those guys. I'm not sure of exactly who, but I know a bunch of them. So if you want to check them out, just scan the little code there and go to their Instagram page and check them out. And if you want to inquire about a livery or anything like that, just give them a holler, and they'll get right back to you and pick you up a nice livery for your ride this season.
And they'll get you sorted out on track, get you looking good. So I'm unsure if this field has actually been corrected at this stage, Jim. It's still very, very scrambled. And
what is our pace car doing? Has he got lights on? No, his lights are off.
No, lights are off. So we're going to go green. Bigot is now at the front of the field. This is wild.
Why is Carlos not leading?
Because they're too wide. That's why.
Okay.
And for some reason, he's not in the race lead when he should be. So it's quite odd, if you ask me.
Yeah, maybe just...
as to why he's not, I don't know. I really don't know. Cole Malley's asking, am I going to race GT4s on Wednesdays? No, unfortunately I can't, Cole. Now that I'm not broadcasting on what is Thursday mornings for me, that is now my allocated sleep-in day. So, unfortunately not.
You can sleep when you're dead. You're young.
It's true. It's true. I can. But as we're going to go, it's actually the lights are back on the pace car now, so they're going to do another lap. That's true. But it's also the day that my dad races in the evening, so I don't really have to mess with his rig prior to his race. So,
well, that's true, I guess. Yeah. Okay, I'll give you that one.
Because I adjust things, and I don't want to have to forget what I've adjusted. If 12 hours later he goes to race and it's completely kaput, so I'd rather not.
Right, and I'm going to do some racing over there. And if I'm being completely honest, I was going to race last night, but of course I signed up last minute, and I thought that I could just jump right in one of those GT4 cars and get up to pace. But the problem is I haven't driven a GT4 on iRacing in, I don't know, months, a whole season maybe, at least. And I've been driving Le Mans Ultimate, so it's completely different, physics and everything. So I jumped in the new Mustang GT, and I could not control it. I was gassing it up and spinning it everywhere. And then my wife messaged me and said she wanted to go to dinner, and I was like, whew, I got out of that one because I was fixing to make a fool out of myself. So I got to get some practice in before next Wednesday.
So when we get ready to go green again, it'll be Gruber in the lead of the GTD class overall and as the pro leader. Sean Green leads the Pro-Am class at the moment. The leader of the LMP2s will be Daniel Nans ahead of Javier Lopez and Michael Smith. And then for the GTPs, it'll be Bigot to Keen to Culloden. I don't know why Ruiz is down to P6. It might be because it's a pace car. They correct their order for the restart. They don't actually lose their position. I don't know. That might be the only reason.
I mean, and you know, I guess in theory was Carlos a lap down because he had pitted, and so that's why. Yes, he had pitted, but if he was a lap down, then he still would be back on the lead lap, but he would not be in the lead. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, but Carlos wasn't a lap down.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Lap.
I don't know. I'm confused. Every time a caution comes out in an IMSA series, I get confused.
Yeah, Bob. I'm often confused sometimes as well. Lights are up though. Green flag once again at Road Atlanta. But the yellow is still showing, so I'm unsure why. And there's been a crash already on the main straight. That was Owen Newman off the road in the GTP class. The GTDs have slowed up again. It's still showing the yellow flag. I think we're going to get the safety car again, Jim, so it's extended. It is extended again.
Let's see what happened here. First of all, we got this. Well, eventually I'll get back to full speed. That's what happens when you tell me to go slow. So something happened back here. Okay, he just pulled over. Okay, no big deal there. Now what happened with Newman?
So this was on the main straight. They looked to get going in, but you'll notice they cross the line when the lights go out. And the yellow flag's still flying from Barney, so I feel like he's picked up the wrong flag. Although maybe he anticipated that Newman was going to get absolutely doored into the wall on the main straight, so it's a big incident. It could be big damage on Newman's car. He was already a lap down.
Did somebody hit him, though?
I think they did.
I
think he got doored.
Let's look at it from the chopper view.
Because they came down, you can see there, massive send. I think that's Wig Santiago in behind, and he just sent him.
He just freaking punted it.
I don't really understand why he tried to get such a run off the start.
And that's like the New York Jets on a Sunday afternoon football game, just punting away.
I apologize, it was not Wig Santiago.
Who was that?
I believe it was Mike. It was Mike Nitty Jr.
Was it? Let's see. Oh, yeah,
yep,
that's what it was. Well, okay. Yep. So Mike is new to these cars as well this season. I'm gonna, we'll throw that out there and not say necessarily give him a pass. You still got to be responsible for yourself, but we'll give him a pass in the sense that this was his first time racing in the GTP car here. Now that's not gonna necessarily gonna work over the course of the year, though. But,
no, it's not an applicable strategy, I will say, Jim. So when we head back to live,
yeah, we'll get back there.
We'll get the big screen back up as well once we're going again.
So we are.
So I'm in a bit of a confusion zone right now, Jim, as to what is happening.
Yeah,
the yellows are still showing. So,
but they look like they're racing to me.
They look like they're racing, but the yellows are still showing, so it's a confusing time. David Dumont has got a black flag, so he'll have to come through pit lane for what I can only assume is a drive-through penalty for something. Possibly his incident limit, I'm unsure. He's only had 5 off tracks tonight, so he hasn't actually been doing too bad. Ibrahim is on the brink of a drive-through as well.
At least we think so.
Yeah, no, the yellow, it's a standing yellow flag. Barney is holding up the yellow, so the safety car should be on track. So I don't know. This is a confusing scenario to be in, Jim. I don't think we've ever really been in a situation like this before, where the yellow has been extended when the safety cars come in. So I don't know if it's the system has had an issue or.
Well, what I want to see is when somebody passes, are they going to get black flag?
Well, they should do. Because it's still a yellow flag, they can't pass.
Well, now they've slowed up and the pace car is out there. No lights on, though.
So that's like we're going to go green flag on this lap when it comes in. And they were spending the whole time trying to chase down the pace car.
I guess so.
This is wild. absolutely wild.
You know, first race bugs, I guess, work them out.
I suppose so. So Kane Crawford's at the front of this train, but he is a lap down on them. So the real leader is Nathan Biggett at the moment. We've got 20 minutes left of this race. This is pretty much guaranteed that everyone, aside from maybe Edward Delano, is going to make it home on fuel, because Ed came in on lap 8, so he'll still need another pit stop.
If this goes on long enough, he might make it himself. There, I suppose.
I don't think we're going to make our 55 predicted laps, Jim. I think we're probably only going to hit about 49 or something at this point.
Oh, yeah, if that, huh?
It'd be less than, it might be 45. We might have just lost 10 laps from this pace car. So we'll watch the pace car come in. Hopefully the green is thrown on this restart. No one gets into trouble. The field has been significantly unfiltered now. So hopefully it's all settled in and ready to go racing once again. Green flag flies. Race is back underway at Road Atlanta. Crawford will lead him across the line, but he is a lap down. Biggett and Keane for the race lead at the moment. LMP2s have just gotten started as well. They've gotten away nicely. The GTDs are firing on all cylinders as well as Gruber and Pino battle for the race lead in that class. So plenty of action to come across the next 18 and a half minutes of this race as they traverse through the lap traffic. Is Gruber and Pino and Hart. Sean Green leads that Pro-Am class as well. Hot action across the road, Jim, and it's absolutely flown by.
It is.
Oh, Javier Lopez. Sorry, Jim. P2 in the LMP2s has just gone off down at turn 5.
Well, he parked it, did he? Holy cow.
Javier Lopez has had a massive incident. I'll get the replay for us so we can watch along. It's thrown it all the way back to the green flag, so
that's weird.
I'll have to wait a moment here.
Daniel Pino crashed.
Oh, Pino! They're going off everywhere. Ibrahim's gone off. Culloden's got to slow down as well. There are incidents aplenty, so that was Pino's incident. I'm now with Lopez when they went to green, so this was the replay of the LMP2 start. So let's see here. What has happened to Javier Lopez up at turn 5? So he's battling away with Nance up towards turn 3. In through the tight section at the top of the hill. How in the hell has this happened to Lopez? I mean, I feel, Jim, he's probably just caught the sand and it's been a classic turn 5 moment. Oh, yeah,
no,
caught the curb around. He went and bang, straight in the wall.
Yeah,
that explains that one.
I mean, that literally is, by the way, we got Mike Nitty here working on Carlos, trying to get around him. Yeah, I mean, that's a Road Atlanta accident if there ever was one right there, man.
So this was the Ibrahim and Culloden moment down at turn 10. So you see Culloden just ran it way wide. And Ibrahim did the exact same thing, so it might just be an Acura thing, possibly. That was how that happened with those
It's funny that we got some Acuras this season now. We didn't have any Acuras last year.
Yeah, we only had, I think it was only Culloden who was in the Acura last season, wasn't it? We've still got no BMWs, though, at this stage.
Was Culloden in? No, Culloden wasn't in an Acura last year. He was in a
was he in a Ferrari?
Yes, he was, because you weren't there. Last race of the season, we talked to him, and he said that he was going to change cars, that the Ferrari he couldn't get the pace in the Ferrari, and he had been testing the Acura and maybe the BMW, if I remember right. And he was leaning to the Acura, and apparently he chose it.
Okay. So David Dumont is now in pit lane with a meatball flag, so that car and its day is done, unfortunately for David. Sean Green is battling for a podium finish here in the overall for the GTD class at the moment. He's got Gruber just ahead of him in the pro class. So inter-class battle amongst those GTDs at this stage. Right on board with Mike Nitty Jr. in the GTP class, as well as he chases down Carlos Ruiz for an overall podium in the GTP class and the overall field as well. As Keane and Biggett are the top two seated cars at the moment. Biggett 2 seconds ahead, then it's 6.8 seconds back.
Oh,
this
he's
battle,
around.
as round goes, Mike Nitty Jr. at turn 10.
Yep.
Well, he's to turn 11. So, oh my God.
I tell you what, that is a, ooh, get out of the way. Watch yourself.
Oh my God. Why are you moving onto the racing line?
I
Come
know.
on, Mike. That's not even a GTP thing. That's just a racecraft thing. Come on, Mike. You should know better.
Right. But that hole coming up under that bridge there, the car gets so light right there. It is so easy to get it to go around, man.
As you hit the crest, it kind of unweights itself as it comes up over the hill. And if you put the gas down a little bit too early, the rear end just comes around and says hello.
Yeah, if you don't respect that little air that it catches, it will definitely bite you when it settles back down.
So Daniel Pino at the moment is trying to chase down Drew Halloran as he comes passing towards turn 1. So it was actually easy for him. We're both on it, okay, Jim.
I'll go up here to the LMP2s.
That's where I've just gone.
Yeah,
how about this? Let's just go to the main screen, Jim. How about that? As Nathan Biggett says the fastest lap of the race. A 1:08.69 at this stage of the race. That is a wild lap. That is a qualifying lap from Nathan Biggett. So he's obviously found some clean air. Or he's
what were the qualifying times?
I think Crawford did an 8, and I believe Biggett did a low 9.
Let's see. Biggett was 8.53 at qualifying run.
There you go.
8.53, and he just turns an 8.69 with 34 lap tires on his car and fuel for the rest of the race.
Yeah. So if
that dude's finding his groove, man.
Cole makes a good point in the chat. The cold tires off the double safety car, that's probably also hurt the field.
That's true.
No grip off those cars, so tires are cooled down. We're within 15 minutes to the end now as well, Jim. So Biggett, well, it looks like it could be wrapped up, but
I won't say that yet.
Keen. No. I mean, he was the champion for a reason.
No, he's super fast. Yeah,
this would end the winning streak of the Porsche, which currently sits at 12 races in a row. It was going for lucky number 13, but it looks to be unlucky here tonight.
No, they only had 10 races in this series last year.
Okay, so 10 in a row then.
Nice try. Freaking.
No, I didn't know if it was 12.
Who did they just run off the road there? They just ran somebody
around. That was one of the GT cars.
Oh no, that's that was
Crawford?
Yeah, it was Kane, yeah.
So Crawford runs off the road. By the way, it was John Weinrich that ran off the road before.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was Kane. Let's see. Can you get... Yeah, there it is. Here, I'm going to pull it up.
It is hotly contested amongst this field. So let's watch this again. So Kane ran wide. Those guys just flew past him. It can only be said. Absolutely flew past him. To Sean Green's now on the back of Gruber as well. Oh, my God.
Yeah, that was Kane.
That was huge.
Yeah. That's interesting. You know what? I'm not going to lie to you. It's kind of good to see that dude's human. Because
I know.
Last season, man, he just showed up and he out of nowhere he was using an anonymous name and he was lightning fast, and just all of a sudden he's taking the poles and so it's good to see that he's normal.
That's right. So when we head back to live, we'll see that this battle between Sean Green and Jakob Gruber is by about 0.4 of a second as they battle away. Nathan Biggett leads the race at the moment. We're nearly at 10 minutes to go.
Let's pull you back up, man. We got too much action. Yeah. Too much action. I only have one camera going right now. That's the benefit of being with MotorMouth Broadcasting. We run 2 cameras and give you the opportunity to see replays while the action's going on or double the action.
You get twice as much.
You do.
Yeah.
Plus, you get our charming personalities to go along with it.
I mean, we are so charming, aren't we, Jim?
Oh, they love us. At least
they do.
In my mind, they do.
in my mind, they do. Maybe they should. I don't know.
Who knows?
That's up for everyone else to decide. But I mean, it has been a wild and wacky race, Jim. It must be said. It's had a bit of everything. It's had some confusion with the safety car period. There's been some controversy with some incidents as well. But there's also been some fantastic racing across the
Oh, yeah.
piece too. Actually, I have a theory as to why the yellow was thrown again, Jim. They somehow hit the second incident limit to get the second safety car on track. That's the only explanation I can think of at the moment. Is they somehow re-hit the caution limit.
Could be.
As Faraz Ibrahim has just had an incident, by the way, so let's have a quick look here. How's this happened with him further back? Oh, he made contact with one of the GTDs. I think that's John Weinrich.
Oh, okay.
That's John Weinrich who's had a moment with,
yep,
and that's down through turn 4.
Is that one of the Porsches?
Yeah. Now, this was Faraz Ibrahim on board the Ferrari, who's made contact with John Weinrich on board that Porsche. So John's been in the wars a little bit.
He has been.
Yeah, it's been a shame for him here tonight. He'll try and reset before next week when we go racing once again. And as we continue on.
So there you go. All right.
Next week, when we go racing out at Daytona International Speedway, that is going to be a wild affair, Jim. Of course, the home of the Daytona 24-hour. It was a fantastic race last season when we were there. That is going to be a hotly contested one. The one I'm excited for, Jim, and I wouldn't normally be excited for this track, but I actually think it would work really, really well for multi-class. I'm excited for Circuit of the Americas. I think that is going to be a ballistic race.
Isn't that next week?
Nope, that is round 8.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, well, you know what? We ought to hit the schedule here in a minute.
Yeah, we'll have a look at the schedule post-race. Unfortunately, we can't do interviews this season. So when the race ends,
we are going to. Yeah, we're gonna rush through and see. They're not going to be as long and as extensive as they were. Unfortunately, it's gonna be quick and.
The one question, who would you like to shout out? All right, cool,
right,
thanks.
That's about it, yeah, right. Congratulations on your win. You got anybody you want to shout out to?
Yeah.
You only get one person.
Though, and thanks for mentioning it, Cole, battle for P2 at the moment in the LMP2 classes, fighting away. You've got a couple of angles of it at the moment as they fight for position, as they continue on. Michael Smith wants this move onto... Oh, sorry, Jason Blaine wants to move on to Michael Smith. So this is all for P2 in the LMP2 class. As they battle away. 0.3 of a second is the gap in between them as they run it down through turn 4. The race leader of Nathan Biggett is getting hunted down by Tim Keane on board that Porsche. Gap is now down to less than a second for the race lead. Less than 10 minutes to go. Nearly only 7 minutes to go in this race. It's only a handful of laps for Tim Keane in the Delta Wing Porsche to chase down Nathan Biggett hold up the glory for Porsche to go 11 race wins in a row here in the High Point Racing IMSA Series. Or could Nathan Biggett possibly be the crux? Could it be the chink in the armor? Could the Cadillac claim the first win of the season? Well, there's 7 minutes to decide it, and Tim Keane is coming.
Look at that. Keane just turned the fastest Sector 2 of the night.
He has found some unbelievable pace in the race to the checkered flag. 0.7 of a second between them. Keane is on absolute fire. He's gone faster than Biggett again in Sector 3. So this Porsche has got some proper pace about it.
Indeed.
And Biggett might be starting to sweat. The beard might be getting perspirous at the moment. As they run across the start-finish line. The lap is faster than Nathan Biggett's run. It was a 108.86. Only 0.06 of a second slower than his fastest lap of the race. That is unbelievable. And look at the pressure that's being applied from the Porsche in behind him.
Oh,
it is an unbelievable storyline for
now.
Tim Keane. 0.2 of a second. He's right there on him. The narrative and the storyline and the pressure for Porsche to remain undefeated in the GTP class. It won last time at Road Atlanta at the end of the season. They return to the home of the Petit Le Mans. They want another race win. 5.5 minutes to go. Traffic could play a big part in this one. Oh, it is an audacious battle. What sort of pressure, what sort of move can Keane go for? He has a little blink. Hopefully that doesn't become an issue for him. Both cars flying the stars and stripes. Both cars have got maximum pace about them. It's a 9.05 for Biggett, a 9.13 for Keane. Biggett was faster, Jim, in the first and last sector. The pace, or the spot where Keane had the pace, was in the middle sector of the circuit.
Oh, man, he's blinking bad.
Might have to focus on Biggett just to
hold
on here.
Yeah. I gotta switch this so that we can still see the sectors.
-1. There we go. So Keane has gone faster in sector 1. Biggett has gone faster in sector 2. So that battle's heating up. Battle for LMP2. P2's battling up as well. Blaine and Smith side by side into turn 10, and Blaine off the road. So that's a massive slowdown. That probably takes him out of contention now for P2. He's around about 1.1 seconds back. Still will have work to do to chase him down.
Oh, God. They got traffic.
All the miners are on offer here tonight. They've got traffic.
Side.
Here comes Tim Keane. Inside line at turn 12. Keane into the race lead from Biggett. Keane into the race lead from Biggett with 3 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock. They battle hard. There's traffic up there. Keane is blinking like mad. Keane has got to try and get this car between him and Nathan Biggett to put the pressure back on the Cadillac, but the blinking Porsche is going to hurt him. The blinking Porsche is going to make it almost impossible for Nathan Biggett to get past because he can't predict where he is.
Yep. Yeah, I tell you what, there's nothing worse, but, this could easily park Keane. At any point in time, iRacing could throw him to the pits because he's blinking. He's blinking pretty seriously.
It is. If that ping gets any worse for Tim Keane, he could get that ping flag and get launched back to pit lane. Change of position as well for the GTD P2 overall. To Sean Green has now gotten past Jakob Gruber. So the race leader for the Pro-Am class saying, hey, I should have been in the pros. I'm now up into P2 overall. So that battle's still heating up as well as Gruber's all over the back of him on the second screen. There's 2.5 minutes to go. 3 laps left of Road Atlanta. 3 laps for Tim Keane to survive. 3 laps for Biggett to make the move and to get back past him. Michael Smith has got 0.7 between him and Jason Blaine. So there is a battle on every single podium overall tonight between all 3 car types. It is an unbelievable scenario to be in after 57 minutes and 55 seconds.
It's crazy. This is absolutely crazy.
We ride on board with Nathan Biggett. We know how dominant he can be in a GT car. He took the race win yesterday on board the Lambo. He hops into the Cadillac tonight. Sits P2. He had wicked pace across qualifying and practice. He's had good pace during the race as well. And he nearly ran right into the back of Tim Keane's Porsche. Nearly drilled him. He'll be getting PTSD flashbacks through turn 12 of Road Atlanta last season in the GTs. And the traffic could hurt or heal them. It could hurt or help their cause to get to a race win. 1 minute, 20 seconds to go. 2 laps left of this race. To Sean Green, Jakob Gruber continuing to battle. Michael Smith and Jason Blaine battle as well for P2 in the LMP2 class. And Tim Keane and Nathan Biggett battle for the overall race lead.
That poor guy in the green and black Porsche, I can't remember his name, but oh my gosh, he keeps having to run off the track to avoid the leaders. Poor guy.
We need the issue is, as good as it would be to have this on the main screen, we need to be able to keep an eye on the LMP2s and the GTD cars, because those battles are heating up as well, and we've got to keep them in focus too. We want to try and spread the load across all 3 classes, because all 3 deserve to be shown off. Biggett and Keane down towards turn 10. Bigot has to back out of it because of the traffic. Keen's trying to find a way through. Bigot on the inside up towards turn 11. It's side-by-side action for the race lead with 1 lap to go. Keen runs round the outside. White flag. Tim Keen just leads the way. He wants this traffic to jump out of his way as soon as possible because he doesn't want to give Nathan Bigot any sort of help in getting back past into the race lead. Bigot's had to back it up now.
Yeah.
That gap's now grown to 0.6 of a second. We mentioned, Jim, the traffic was going to be a big factor, and right now it could not have come at a worse time.
No, that bit Nathan right there. That's probably going to do it.
That's hurt him. That has hurt him massively.
Probably going to do it.
So the traffic has played a factor. In fact, they've actually come through the battle for the GTD.
Oh, look, they come
P2
together.
And P3, and then there's contact with Nathan Bigot and with Jason Blaine. And that contact, ironically, was both battles for the GTP race lead and the LMP2 P2 battle. Bigot's now got a black flag for incident limit, so that will now drop him down to at least P3 in the race.
Oh,
but
yeah,
for Tim Keen, it has been an unbelievable comeback. 11 races in a row, and Porsche have won again at Road Atlanta as Tim Keen takes home the race win. The defending champion starts his season in impressive, dominant fashion. Daniel Nance will look to take home the LMP2 win. Avery Hart, who's still rolling around, will look to take home the GTD win. Sean Green took home that Pro-Am win, Jim, and took home P2 in the GTD class overall.
Yeah.
A wild end to this race. Bigot has come into pit lane to serve the black flag on the last lap. It won't serve it because he will cross the control line before he exits pit lane. So that will now drop him, I would argue, down to P4 on the road.
Yeah.
Quite possibly in the post-race penalties. So
yeah, we'll see. It's not going to be good for sure. That's literally the worst case scenario that can happen to you right there.
It is the worst case scenario, but could have been worse. He could have ended up off the podium. So it was an incredible end, an incredible race as well. The best thing that safety car did for us, Jim, it really reignited the race.
Yes.
It reignited it completely. It put everyone back together again.
I just wish it would have done it.
Shuffled the whole field.
I wish it would have done it about 3 laps quicker. That's all. But all right.
It could have been as close if we didn't do that. So Avery Hart will take home the GTD Pro win. I think we're going to have to limit the chats tonight to just the class winners.
Yes.
So that was the qualifying results, if we recall. So Bigot started on pole.
Here.
And then if we go back to the race results, we can see the differences. So Keen takes home the race win. Ruiz and Culloden P2 and 3. Nitty Jr. P4. So Bigot dropped down to P5. It's roughly a 40-second.
Yeah, that's what it is. I think it's 40 seconds.
Because of what it's what he'd have to give up for a drive-through. Faraz Ibrahim and then Wig Santiago make up the top 7. Daniel Nance takes home the LMP2 victory ahead of Jason Blaine, Michael Smith for the podium, John Esparta and Javier Lopez the top 5. Avery Hart takes home the overall and pro GTD race win ahead of Sean Green on that podium with the Pro-Am win as well ahead of Jakob Gruber on that overall GTD podium. Donald Powell will make up the GTD Pro podium. Haller in P2 for the Pro-Ams ahead of Ruiz in P4 of the Pros. And then we get to Nicholas Bayman in the LMP2s, Brandon Smith. Jason LePan will take home the Pro-Am P3 on the road. Sean Connors, John Weinrich in behind. Ed Delano, Tyler Hammond, Kane Crawford, Daniel Pino, David Dumont, Aaron Lewis, Zach Glidden, Richard Newman, Liam Habul. They're really all the drivers, and Trevor Thomas. They're really all the drivers who were involved in, the major wars tonight. They were the real struggle bugs of the evening, unfortunately for them. It's weird to see Daniel Pino 10 laps down, but unfortunately he got involved in an incident. He never really came back from it. So it's a real shame for Daniel to start off his season like that. Hopefully he's able to get back up and running again next week at Daytona. We know he's
I have a feeling he'll probably bounce back somehow or another. It is unfortunate.
I'm sure he'll find a way back.
What is curious to me is he still seems to be struggling in that Aston Martin. So curiosity for me is, what is that, is how long before he says, man, I need to go back to my Mustang, to my Mercedes, who knows? So, all right, so let's jump in here. Let's pull some interviews in real quick.
All right, well, we got our GTD.
Let me know who you pulling in.
GTD overall winner, which is Avery Hart. So we'll get some B-roll happening of all the cars on track tonight. So we'll get some Avery Hart action going for you as we. I can't drag them, Jim. I don't have dragging abilities.
Oh, I wonder if I do.
They've taken away my ability to drag.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I don't know if I have it either, so we'll see. Hold on, I was trying to get you some Avery Hart action, but let me see here.
If you don't, I'll go and talk to Carlos and get him to give it to us.
I do not, so...
okay, I'll go talk to Carlos. Hang on.
Sorry, guys. We're going to be a second more. We got to get some permission squared away here. But that was a fantastic race, I have to say, man. I hate what happened to Nathan there at the end, but my goodness, man, what a battle those two put on at the end of the race. That was phenomenal. I mean, and the fact that we've got a couple other guys in here that are just as fast. I mean, clearly, I keep wanting to call him by last season's name, but clearly, Kane Crawford is going to be right up there, competitive every week as well.
Okay, I had to actually message in the stage to get him to give it to us. So
okay,
so we'll see.
Yep. Anyway, I was just talking to everybody, just saying how, I am so excited about this GTP battle. And I'm not gonna lie to you. Last season, Tim Keene kind of ran away with everything. It wasn't a whole lot of drama. You had, a couple of guys. Aaron had some good races, and the other gentleman, I can't think of his name right now to save my life, but there was a couple.
Jim Puebla.
Yeah, Puebla. Yeah. So, but Keene dominated. I don't think Keene's going to dominate this year. Don't get me wrong, he's fast, but I think it's going to be a lot closer up there, and I'm really excited to see some door-to-door GTP racing like we just saw. Okay, are you good yet? Or?
Okay, yeah, it's sorted. Okay. So we've now got our race winner for the GTD Pro class here this evening. Drew Halloran's gone to the interview room, but from what I saw, Tashawn Green was classified as a Pro-Am, so we may not talk to Drew. Avery, congratulations. Overall race win in the GTD class and for the pros as well. Talk us through the struggles of not only night racing at Road Atlanta, but having to struggle with those multi-classes of the LMP2s and the GTPs traversing you under the shutter of darkness as well.
Hey, guys. Yeah. The biggest struggle, I would say, is, you're almost comparable in speed with the LMPs. And so, when they're up next to you or behind you or in front of you, you've got to take that into consideration. And it was really tough. But, I've had a lot of experience with multi-class racing, so I'm able to maneuver or leave them space if need be. So it was a tough battle there, but it was good.
Well, obviously, you had some fantastic pace out there. You qualified well. Proved why you're amongst that pro class, and you really put some pressure on those drivers as well. How was it racing amongst the subclasses of the GTDs as well? Obviously, Tashawn's amongst that Pro-Am class. There's a couple other drivers in that Pro-Am class as well. How was it racing amongst that, and kind of, obviously you guys are racing for overalls, so it's, they're subcategories. How did that kind of change the aspect of a multi-class race? Because obviously we're used to in officials where it's just the classes. There's no subclasses amongst the same cars. Did that change the dynamic in any way, or was it just business as usual with those GTPs and LMP2s racing amongst those GTDs as well?
Business as usual, but it was more of a mutual respect. Even though, we're in, the same class, it was still a mutual respect. We still raced hard, raced our lines, and if they saw me coming up, they'd either move over or at least leave me space to get on by. So it was nice of them to do that.
Well, a very, very strong start to the season for you, Avery. Congratulations on the race win. Let us know anyone you want to give a shout out to for myself and Jim and the rest of the MotorMouth Broadcasting crew. Congrats on this race win, and best of luck next week out at Daytona.
Thank you so much. You guys have a good night.
You too. Thank you. Next up, we have our LMP2 class winner here this evening because Drew Halloran's gone in there, Jim, but
Yes.
Sean Green is classified as a Pro-Am. So,
Yep.
Unfortunately for Drew,
Yep.
he hasn't won. So
no, it's
we're gonna
winners only. We're going to have to do our
we're
thing.
going to have
Yep.
to stick to our laurels. So Daniel Nance, who's taken home the win of the LMP2 class. Daniel, congratulations. Solid race win for yourself in the LMP2 class. There was some intense moments towards the end of that race with the traffic getting involved in a couple of tight battles with the other classes as well. Talk us through your race and how did that safety car, or the double safety car period, how did that affect your race in the end? Because that brought everyone really close together, but also threw a lot of confusion into the booth for us because we didn't quite know what was actually happening when the yellow stayed out and we thought we were going green.
Yeah, the yellow flag period was definitely an interesting part of the race. It definitely helped some people in the race because the LMP2s didn't have enough fuel to finish the race. But then the pace car came out, and then we had enough fuel to finish the race, which definitely helped us out and definitely helped me out.
Well, how did you obviously find, battling? I mean, you've come back in as an LMP2 driver. A couple of drivers were actually quite close on pace, including Blaine, Smith, and Lopez had some great pace. He even passed you for the race leaders at one point. How did you find the battling amongst the LMP2 class? Because it seemed that there was some really, really good on-track battles between you guys.
Yeah, it was really good on-track battles. I feel like me or the guy that passed me for first for a while, I feel like our battle would have been really good, but definitely the traffic did not help with the battling there. But still, the safety car brought us closer and definitely helped me where my pit stop was better than his. So then I got first back.
And that was Javier Lopez, by the way.
Yeah, Javier. Yeah, Javier Lopez.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Daniel, a solid race from yourself. Congratulations on the race win. Once again, a great start to your season. Let us know who helps get you out on track. Anyone else you want to give a shout out to as well? For myself and Jim, congrats on the race win and best of luck out at Daytona next week.
Yeah, thank you. I would like to shout out the owner for letting me do another season and just bringing really good competition.
All right.
Thank you so much for coming over to chat to us. Daniel Nans, the winner of the LMP2 class. We've got to Sean Green in the interview room as well, so we'll have a chat to him as the Pro-Am winner here this evening. To Sean, congratulations. Pro-Am race win, P2 on the road as well. Do you think you're going to remain a Pro-Am for very much longer with performances like that?
Bootsy, where you at?
Bootsy. Has he walked away?
Probably.
He probably has. Okay. Well, unfortunately, to Sean, it's not there at the moment.
We'll put him on hold. Let's go get
We'll put him on hold. We'll come back to him after we chat to our race winner.
Boots, are you there?
I've just moved him, so it's fine. We'll put him on hold for the moment. We'll have a quick chat to the race winner in Tim Keane.
Yep.
So, I mean, can only be just.
Can you guys hear me?
Back. Yeah, we can now.
Can you guys hear me?
Pro-Am win tonight. Yeah, we can. We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, we can hear you. He's probably listening. He's probably listening to the broadcast, which is several seconds behind.
He's probably got.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hear you. Can you hear us? I would say his output is set incorrectly.
It probably is.
There we go. Sorry, guys.
There you go. All right. You got us now?
How you guys doing? Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. P2 on the road overall. Pro-Am race win as well. Do you think you're going to be a Pro-Am much longer after performances like that?
I hope not, man. I'm really aiming to, up my title there a little bit.
Do you do you feel like you should be a pro-am? You kind of said
I
that
don't know,
like
man. I kind of leave it in the the league organizers' hands, and where they place me, they place me.
right. So I have to say, you and I have been racing together, league racing together for a while now. I mean, all the way back to when you first came to High Point, back when we were all doing the OGRL stuff together, and the high, we go all the way back. And I believe, since I started broadcasting, I believe this is the first time that I've ever had an interview with you.
Oh wow, I think so. I think I got a win last season, but I'm not sure if I talked to you or not.
No,
That's cool,
I don't.
Man.
Yeah, I don't think you came in to the booth that time, and but so yeah, I just thought that was interesting. We've known each other now, I don't know, a couple of years, and and it's really the first time that we've, that I've got a chance to interview you. So, but anyway, congratulations tonight on your pro-am win. I mean, if I'm gonna throw an opinion out there, and I think you should be in the pros, man. You're fast. I mean,
Yeah, let's hit the polls, man. Get a poll going. I think I should be moved up.
There you go. Even
Yeah,
Bootsy
man,
thinks
to
he
add
should.
What you were saying, it's hard to get in this interview room, man. A lot of good guys in this league.
No, that's true.
It's not easy.
It's a true story, man. And yeah, a lot of good guys in this league. Yeah. So, but anyway, go ahead, Hamish. I just wanted to jump in there with that because it's been a long time. So.
Well, to Sean, just quickly before we let you go, how did you find the race tonight, though? I mean, how did you find, racing amongst this field under darkness with the multi-class as well? Was it a struggle, or was it just put your patience in point and get prepped?
It was kind of a struggle. I got clipped by LMP2 probably like the third lap and all the way down to 13th, but you gotta pull your big boy pants up and keep fighting. So it was all right. The traffic was okay. It wasn't too bad.
Well, I think you showed that you deserve to be in that pro class to Sean, and you drove incredibly well. Let us know anyone you want to give a shout out to. For myself and Jim, the rest of the MotorMouth Broadcasting crew, congratulations on the Pro-Am race win, and best of luck at Daytona next week in round 2.
Thank you, guys. Shout out to my wife and my little guy. Shout out to the big dog Carlos for even having this league and let me race amongst some of what I think are like the best guys on here. And see you guys at Daytona.
All right, man.
We'll see you then. To Sean Green, the Pro-Am GTD race winner here this evening. Next up, we have our overall race winner and the winner of the GTP class in what was an incredible chase down to the very end of the race. It is Tim Keane. Tim, congratulations. Hopefully you're able to unmute yourself now that you're in here. Otherwise, we're going to have to join in the interview room. Talk us through the chase down, though, Tim, and talk us through how you managed to pull that off, because that was an incredible race to the very end.
Nobody wants to talk to you tonight.
No, I would say that Tim, I think he automatically mutes when he comes in. He does, so we're going to have to go to the other room, Jim. So give us...
No.
And we've joined you in here this time because it automatically mutes you in the booth. Talk us through the chase down, Tim. That was an incredible end to that race. I mean, we were counting down the laps, counting down the seconds, and then you caught traffic on the very last lap at turn 3, and we thought, oh my God, this could end in absolute tears. But somehow, some way, you made it through unscathed, and you kept the pride of Porsche alive with their 11th race win in a row in this series. That is some phenomenal racing.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. I just wanted the 11th. I didn't want Cadillac to break it.
Yeah, couldn't let them win one. Good job.
No, first things first. I hate what happened with Kane. That was just I didn't expect him to get on the brakes that early.
Yeah,
really didn't. That was truly really unfortunate.
Yeah, we watched it through. And the angle that we saw, you really had nowhere to go, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know he's a fast driver, so I just really, truly wasn't expecting that early. Like, if you look at where we're at on the track, like, he braked really early. But it's all right. It happens. If I get a report for it, I'll take the report. But, yeah, the race was good. I mean, I can't believe I caught him. Like, it worked out. And I accidentally took, I still had tires on coming to my pit stop, and then they jacked the car up, and I was like, whoa, what are we doing? So I literally got a right front tire and a left rear tire, and I don't know if that was a difference, but I mean, it definitely was.
Apparently, that was a fast combo.
Yeah, I was gonna say it definitely worked out because it kept my car glued for that last 20 minutes there. So it was good. I'm glad I was able to catch him. It was a good race, good finish, and good start to the season. Just the only thing that is unfortunate was the caution, because that did kind of dictate a few people's races, but. Other than that, good start to the year. Happy for TKR. So,
well, it was a fantastic race though, and a great way to start your season, Tim. You confident for Daytona next week? Think you can make 2 in a row?
I actually didn't win last year for Daytona. I got second.
But you won.
I meant 2 in a row at the.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Oh, well, that's the goal, of course. I want to for sure get the stamp on that, but I mean, you guys know how I am. I want to win every race.
In fact, last year you were bragging about you stole somebody's spot right at the second place or something, right at the line.
That was Aaron Lewis, my teammate.
I remember that. You passed him literally going across the line to take his second place away from him.
Yeah, it was literally just the nose of the car. Like, if you looked at my tire, it was aligned with his nose.
Yep. I remember well. Yep.
Yeah, that was a crazy finish, wasn't it?
It was, and you were talking trash with it. I like it. I love teammates when they start talking trash. That's great.
Oh, we love it.
All right, man. Well, congratulations. Let's let's get your. I know you got some people to shout out to, and congratulations again. And we'll see you. I'm sure we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, for sure. I look forward to it. Shout out Hamish, killed it with the livery. Dad loves it. Looks great. Yeah, it definitely was fast tonight and helped get a good result. Shout out to my dad. Love you. Thank you for everything you do, and let's have a good season. I'm sure I'll talk to you guys some more. You guys have a good one, and I'll see you next Thursday.
All right, man.
Tim Keane, the race winner of round 1 this season. Thank you so much, Tim. Really, really appreciate your time. As we move on in to obviously the end of tonight's broadcast, Jim, I'll just quickly put us back in the booth.
Yes.
Next week, Daytona. Next round of the season. Let's say final round of the season. Wow, that'd be a bit early to call that. Second round of the season, anyone's game. We know that Daytona can throw up some absolute spanners in the work. It's a real toolbox in terms of who could possibly win. It's going to come down to who can control their rhythm, who has good lap pace, and who can realistically stay clean, because it's very easy to not only get caught up in incidents at Daytona, but get into self-made incidents as well, i.e. at turn 1 with self-spins, down at the horseshoe hairpin as well at turn 6, and then also coming onto the bowl and, of course, into the infamous bus stop. So it's going to be a big struggle for some drivers. Daytona has had a slight update in the off-season as well. So
yeah, for those of you that haven't seen it, there's no grass in the bus stop anymore. And, of course, now it's called the Le Mans chicane. There's no grass there anymore, and the curbs are absolutely massive and brutal. It's
going to be an exciting time.
Oh yes, very much so.
You guys do not want to miss any of that action, so make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, the bell icon as well, so you're notified whenever we go racing here on MotorMouth Broadcasting. Next up on the docket for you across the weekend, Saturday night's I2I Xfinity Championship for the next round of the playoffs as we head out to Talladega, which is going to be a massive X factor in that series. Look at that, Talladega on the weekend, Daytona next week. Jim, what more could you ask for?
Good stuff.
Out of some hotly contested action. But thank you so much, everyone, to join us here this evening. Big shout out to our stream sponsors, of course, Track Cams by Gourmet and DRE Digital Race Engineer as well. Big thank you to you, Jim, and everyone across the board. This has been the High Point Racing IMSA Championship for round 1 out at Road Atlanta. We'll see you guys next week for round 2 out at Daytona International Speedway. But until then, I've been Hamish Monroe with Jim Cunningham alongside. Appreciate your time, appreciate your effort being here with us once again. But until then, stay safe, drive hard, and as always,
Bye for now.